The starting lineup for the visiting Indiana Pacers. At small forward, Aaron Neesmith. At shooting guard, Andrew Nembhard. At center, Miles Turner. At forward, Pascal Siakam.
And the stakes couldn't be higher. Even out here during warm-ups, guys looking focused on what they need to do to pull out the win. For these two teams, 2 rounds down, 2 to go. The battle for the Eastern Conference continues. Game 1 of the conference finals. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. It was a long, grueling series for them, Greg, in the conference semifinals. Will that impact, though, their energy level tonight?
Well, I mean, there's enough time between games in the playoffs, and that shouldn't be any excuse. On their home court, they were a better team throughout the regular season. Now it's time to go out and show it.
Hard against Siakam. Anunoby in the corner. To Hart. 6 on the shot clock. Pascal Siakam grabs the miss. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Well, Tom Thibodeau had a few minutes to share. Now, we spoke about the problems that Pascal Siakam brings to the table, and he told me Pascal is so good with room to operate, you need to find him in transition and take away space when he has the ball. Of course, that's easier said than done. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Greg, in January 2024, Pascal Siakam was traded out of Toronto.
And he came into the league an older player from a mid-major school. The Raptors did a lot to help Siakam, turning him into an all-NBA caliber player.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Now here's Brunson. Outside, Towns. New York, no good that time either. Now here's Nesmith. He's guarded by Anunoby. Here's Brunson. Plays it in off the breakaway.
Well, that takes such tenacity just to get in there. Brunson battling through the inside contact.
About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Haliburton passes to Turner. Back to Haliburton. Stolen by Brunson. Here we go, one-on-one. Now, here's Anunoby. He's tightly guarded. One of the best 3 and D wings in the league. Let's start with OG Anunoby, who excels from the corner.
And Kevin, about 45% on quarter threes the last couple seasons. So OG can space that floor horizontally. That's in addition to his elite defensive ability.
Shoot 2.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So no doubt expectations will be high.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Achua, he's checked in for the Knicks. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Nembhard, the pass to Siakam. Back to Nembhard.
Try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Here's Towns. Following the basket by Pascal Siakam. Hart, no good.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And right there, you see the impact of Siakam's length. So tough to defend once he gets to his spots.
And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. Giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls, they've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
First one falls for him. A different look for New York. Mikal Bridges comes in for Josh Hart. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Jalen Brunson. The Pacers also changing it up. Obi Toppin's checked in for Miles Turner. Shepard comes in for Nesmith. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Andrew Nembhard. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Mathurin, throws down the breakaway jam.
The size and quickness of Mathurin is a deadly combination.
Now here's Payne. He's covered by McConnell. Towns fires from way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
To the paint, here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
And that's just a risky play to make a heave like that. Not worth it.
We've reached the end of the first quarter. Pacers lead by 5. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And we're ready to get back into the action here in Game 1. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Pacers.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
On the wing, Bridges, defended by Mathurin. Payne with a screen for Bridges. And they pick up 2. Bridges got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Knicks. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
Knicks trail by 3. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Pacers obviously pushed the fast break. Tyrese Haliburton says the emphasis is getting outlets and running, playing fast. That's a good identity to have. It's a team to play for, and it's a style you don't want to play against. You've got to be ready to play us. Kevin, the idea is for them to wear you down.
They fly, David. Baseline to baseline. They can really go. And so it's Indiana with it. After New York gets the three, sinks the three-pointer. And that's now 7 points here for Benedict Mathurin.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
It's time for Best Dad. If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your move.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
Substitution on the court.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. And again, it's the Knicks missing. And Haliburton's got the ball here for the Pacers. It's a three-point game. Nembhard the pass to Haliburton. Now, here's Tucker. Now, Haliburton goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Haliburton's got 5 points so far. Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Haliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Haliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really affects his entire team.
Now, here's Anunoby. Buries the long-range jumper. He has 5.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Haliburton kicks to Toppin. Back to Haliburton. Pass to Nembhard. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And that one's good. Kolek.
Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Siakam is checked in for the Pacers. Aaron Nesmith comes in for Haliburton. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Pass to Siakam. Shoots over Achua. Outside Mathurin. Turner with a screen for Mathurin. Over McBride. Indiana again missing. Knicks trail by 3. Anunoby outside. Now Brunson. Back to Anunoby. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Achua. And Mikal Bridges subbed in for Miles McBride. And Indiana with a change here, too. T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Benedict Mathurin. Pacers leading by 3. Siakam, right side. To Nembhard. Over Bridges. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Pacers out in front, up by 3. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Greetings, one and all. The postseason drama we love, and no disappointment here as it's a close game so far for the Indiana Pacers.
They've been choosy when hunting for shots, guys. I like that. Trying to capitalize on every single possession.
Yeah, you love the consistency in their approach. Really methodical. And looking at where the Knicks stand in this series. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back to playoff basketball on 2K Sports. This is the Eastern Conference Finals. Nice game, great performance by Benedict Mathurin.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Knicks trail by 3. Now, here's Bridges for the tie. The rebound by Turner.
Not quite enough defense that time around, just lucky he was off.
Siakam outside. Haliburton against Brunson. From 12 feet out. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Haliburton's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Pacers. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Haliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He does, doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report.
Hard to stop Turner in close. As soon as he has prime positioning, he is going for the slam.
Towns, a screen on Haliburton. Here's Brunson. And it's good, 2 points.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Brunson against Haliburton. For 3, Krill's the three-pointer. Haliburton's got 10 points.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
Cranes it from beyond the arc. 8 points for him.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Aaron Nesmith. Pacers leading by 5. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Haliburton. That is his first foul of the game.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
New York's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Brunson the pass to Towns. We've got 1:55 left in the third. Fires at the elbow. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky right there for the D.
Pass to Siakam. A three off the mark. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Trailing by 5. And Towns throws it down.
And forget those threes. Cat, get the easy one.
The Pacers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Outside turn to the middle. Here's Nembhard. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Nembhard's got his second bucket tonight.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's Brunson. Pretty bucket inside by Brunson.
Brunson, one of those players that's just not going to be denied, determined to convert inside, and he does.
Turner with the screen. And it's Haliburton penetrating. And it's Jalen Brunson with the rebound. Knicks trail by 3. And Hart has it in the corner. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Here's Bridges. Following the score by Tyrese Haliburton. 3-second difference between shot clock and game. And he goes in for the dunk.
What a dunk from Hart, showing off his athleticism there.
There's Siakam. 5 points in the game. Here's Turner. Off with the layup. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Pacers lead by 3. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Now, here's Haliburton. Count that one. Haliburton's got 9 points here in the second half.
Haliburton, one of those guys who's always on his toes and plays the offensive end with a ton of energy.
Anunoby finds Towns. Back to Anunoby. Towns, the screen.
Big difference maker.
That's good from Anunoby. No good on the second free throw.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Over to the wing. McConnell with it. Working on Payne. McConnell kicks to Haliburton. 5 to shoot. Indiana needs to get a shot off. They're in for 3. It's rebounded by Towns.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Here's Payne, and he converts the layup.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. For the Knicks, Hart, he's checked in for Precious Achiuwa. Mikal Bridges comes in for Miles McBride. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Cameron Payne. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Toppin. Pascal Siakam comes in for Walker. Aaron Neesmith has checked in for Benedict Mathurin. And Andrew Nembhard's subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. He's happy with how they've been playing. He told them, hey, they had their chance, but this is where we take it from them. This is our game and our series. I'm pretty fired up.
Thanks, David.
What a phenomenal athlete Siakam is. Just taking off and finishing with power at the rim.
Here's Brunson. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Out to Bridges. Towns sets the pick for Bridges. Left side, Towns. It's good from long range.
And this is why he's a go-to option. Towns enjoys getting a chance to come up big for his team.
Now, here's Siakam. Haliburton deciding where to go with it. Here's the floater. It's rebounded by Towns. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. It's a one-point game. They now take the lead.
And Bridges elevating his game.
Woo! And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Siakam outside. Down low. Bridges with the steal. Brunson with it. Haliburton picks him up.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
And the all-around game of Siakam is so adept at working the ball to open guys.
Brunson against Haliburton. Towns a screen on Haliburton. Brunson. The Pacers pull it in.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
And it's crucial that Turner remains assertive like this because it's how he's going to get these calls.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game. And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here.
All right, fans, it's dance time. Get ready to dance like everyone's watching.
Here's Brunson. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth. Siakam finds Nembhard. Now, here's Neesmith. Defended by Bridges. Siakam passes to Neesmith. Just 5 on the clock. Rebounded by Hart.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
You can bet that's what they're looking for this late in the game. They need that 3.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And what's their best move at this point?
Yeah, pure desperation right now. Do you think there's enough time?
Attention fans, now on the court is your fight squad. Get loud and let them hear it. It's time for T-shirts.
Off the inbound. Good!
Terrific movement off of the dead ball situation, and a great play to get the bucket.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. We're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 4-point ball game.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
So a close game sees Indiana take this one. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum so critical. And you know they'll want to ride this wave into game 2.
And so this one is in the books. We hope you've enjoyed being with us for the Eastern Conference Finals. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Tyrese Haliburton.
You take a look at the Knicks. It took a major effort for them to advance out of the conference semis. How much of an effect does that have on a team?
Well, you want to conserve energy as much as possible in the early rounds. They really weren't able to do that. Here's where the home fans need to rise up and give their guys the jolt of adrenaline they need.
And Anunoby for three. Sinks the tray.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be like a pinball machine, the way that scoreboard's going to light up.
Now here's Haliburton. Here's Nembhard. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Down low. The kick out to Brunson. Pass to Anunoby. Towns against Turner. The rebound by Turner.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
Turner can always wow you with a highlight play. But Clark, he's gotten better at the small things as well.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% there. He can shoot the three. He's always been an elite shot blocker from the day he stepped foot in the NBA. An excellent screener, but he has added small pieces to his total game in the little areas.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Outside Hart. The three. Gets the three ball to go.
You know, he does a little bit of everything. When Hart is draining the three-pointer, that's when he's most dangerous.
Pass to Turner. Back to Haliburton. Clock at 6. Over Brunson. Haliburton, good.
That's one of the things his coaches have encouraged him to do. Look for the mid-range jumper, Tyrese. Way to knock it down.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Hallie.
I briefly spoke with Tom Thibodeau. I asked him if there was a plan in place to slow down Haliburton. And Coach joked, hey, if a plan existed, somebody smarter than me would have come up with it. Tyrese impacts the game in too many ways for us to neutralize. We just need to do what we can to make life difficult for him.
As always, Hallie, we thank you. The shot by Nembhard, no good. For New York, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Here's Anunoby. That one is off. Oh, nice D from Neesmith. Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City, playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
Haliburton, no good. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. And Brunson, here we go. And Turner with the block.
There's the defensive presence they want from Turner. Hustling and using his mobility to send it back.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Haliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
First free throw's good. Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Towns, a screen on Matherin. McBride with it. Siakam covering. Towns for 3. Tips it. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Great effort to turn the miss into 2 points.
Yes, sir. Those are the hustle points.
And great instincts, too, guys. Anticipating where the miss was going.
Now here's Neesmith. Pass to Siakam. Up top, Toppin. Now here's McConnell. Defended by Payne. Toppin and screen on Payne. Here's McConnell. Got a hand on it. Siakam against Towns. Three-pointer. Doesn't go for him. And so it's the New York Knicks leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Defense is setting the tone. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And welcome back to the Eastern Conference Finals presented by 2K Sports. All right, guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Pacers trail by 6. There's a screen by Toppin. Haliburton with the ball. And it's Robinson picking him up. Haliburton, no good.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
McBride passes to Payne. And here's Achua. Achua with a screen on Matherin. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Payne. Shoots over McConnell. The shot by Payne, no good. And here are the Pacers now. Haliburton, pass to Walker. Back to Haliburton. Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, Mark.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
Here's Bridges. The Pacers making their last shot. Achua with a screen on Matherin. Three-pointer, Bridges. Here's Achua. Achua with the dunk.
And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that guy.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Changes here for New York. Towns, he's checked in for Robinson, and it's OG Anunoby in for Payne. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Indiana. Nembhard comes in for McConnell. And so it's Haliburton with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. 6-point game. And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant, but even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Pacers love to push it up. Tyrese Haliburton said, it's our biggest strength. Teams don't want to run with us. They know when you play us, have your track shoes ready, especially if you're coming off of a back-to-back or you have a packed schedule. You do not want to see us. Brian, they have their identity.
No doubt about that, and it starts with him. Now here's Haliburton. Down low! Haliburton working through the D.
Boy, that little bit of contact, no problem for Haliburton, especially when he's locked in on finishing at the rim.
McBride passes to Achua. To the middle. Here's Towns. Ooh, excellent D there from Turner. Pacers trail by 4. Haliburton outside. And Clark, a big part of Tyrese Haliburton's effectiveness. He is tall for a point guard.
Yeah, and you see that across the league, Brian. More and more teams making sure they get size on the perimeter. I mean, they're looking for length in the backcourt, and if you can find it in your point guard, that's even better. And Tyrese Haliburton, a poster guard for long, elite-level point guards.
First one falls for him.
Haliburton has lots of skills you love to see from a young guard. Boy, I tell you what, he's got a bright future. Love watching this young man play.
Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for New York. Brunson comes in for Mikal Bridges. Siakam, he's checked in for Indiana. Nesmith comes in for Matherin. And both free throws good for Haliburton. Clark, we hear a lot of talk about Haliburton's Supreme Court vision. Just how good is it?
I think it's phenomenal, B.A. To be the facilitator that he is, you've got to have an understanding of what you're trying to run, but also a feel for how to get people shots and to adjust on the fly to what the defense is providing. And it's feel as much as it is skill. Feeling where defenders are, feeling where your teammates are or might be. And that is a gift. And he's honed that in a way that's made him one of the top dime droppers in the league.
So it's the Pacers now, following the bucket by the Knicks.
I think because Haliburton can knock down that three with regularity, you got to defend him closely at all times.
Outside Robinson. There's There's 45 seconds left in the first half of this one. Anunoby finds Brunson. Over Haliburton. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Oh, look at Jalen Brunson. Don't let that size fool you.
Now, he may only be 6'1", but Brunson plays much bigger than that. I mean, he plays with a physicality.
Siakam, pass to DeMar. Now Haliburton. Over Brunson. Haliburton misses.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
And a big finish by Robinson.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleep.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's the Knicks leading by 5. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
Some great postseason action in the first half of play. A healthy lead has been built for the New York Knicks.
I love the depth of this team, man. Their subs have been huge tonight, giving them a scoring punch that they've needed most.
And credit their coach for a rather liberal substitution pattern. He mixed and matched beautifully in that first half. And looking at where the Knicks stand in this series, the conference finals. Big fella, do you expect these teams to pull out all the stops?
That would be correct, Armando Arnie. That's right. No minute restrictions. Let the stars shine tonight.
You have to leave it all out there. Even if you're banged up, find a way to get it done.
The competition level on the rise. Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And time for us to get back into it here in game 1. Boy, you got to like what Tyrese Haliburton has done in this game.
And if he felt any pressure coming into this game, he sure hasn't shown it. What a sensational start.
Yeah, you know, I think he relishes the pressure, especially in a big game like this one. He really eats that stuff up.
And here's Indiana now, trailing by 5. Pass to Nesmith. Inside, tipped. Brunson with it, outside Hart. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists tonight.
Getting inside and doing damage there really elevates Hart's game, and I'd like to see him be that kind of all-around threat.
Here's Haliburton. Look at Haliburton converting through contact.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Here's Towns. Out to Bridges. Shot clock at 6. Outside Brunson. Shoot. And there's Brunson. That one's good. On the assist from Bridges. Brunson's got his 3rd basket of the night. And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
it up high.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
Man, absolutely jaw-dropping.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
Brunson against Haliburton. Pacers with a rebound. Siakam looking it over. Back to Haliburton. 5 on the clock. Puts one up from 19. And it's Indiana scoring again.
Haliburton's future is bright, and that's got so many folks excited because he can really play and fill it up.
Here's Bridges. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And the Knicks lead by 5.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Haliburton against Brunson. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Nice job by Haliburton, showing you the toughness that time, going right into that defense and drawing the foul.
And he'll take his 3rd and 4th free throws of the night.
Take a break. Take a break. Peace up.
And he drops the first.
Haliburton is just one of those young guys that has a really well-rounded game. Makes shots pretty much from anywhere on the floor.
The Knicks making a switch here. Chua's checked in. And the Pacers also making a change. Matherin's checked in. And both free throws good for Haliburton. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Towns outside. Pass to Brunson. Over Haliburton. Indiana with a rebound. Shoots from 12. And it's Matherin missing. Knicks leading by 3. Outside Hart. Now Brunson. Jalen Brunson playing big right now.
Inside Brunson is pretty deadly. Just dropping his shot in.
Brunson against Haliburton. From 11 feet away. And that one good. Haliburton's got 8 points here in the quarter.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Outside of Chua. Pass to Brunson. Just 5 on the clock. Launches it from deep. The long-range missile from Brunson.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Haliburton surveys the floor. Soft touch off the glass. Haliburton's got 21 points in the game.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
And we've reached the end of the 3rd. New York out in front. They're up by 4. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling here on 2K Sports.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your 2 guards share the wealth.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Outside Payne. Driving to the basket. Here's Achua. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for the Knicks.
Well, you know, for me, when you can convert this many times in the paint, I think that's a sign that your offense is really in a healthy state.
Yeah, something else they're doing in this game is striking from long range. The defense just hasn't been able to keep them off the arc tonight.
And the first one at the line is good. He's off on the second.
Well, he did enough there. He made it a two-possession game, at least.
McConnell outside. Haliburton left side. Toppin, a screen on Achua. Mathurin passes to Toppin. Good work defensively by Towns. New York leading by 5. Pass to Achua from deep. Tries again. And Towns with the lay-in.
And, you know, for all his perimeter skills, Towns also bringing that physicality inside.
Outside Walker. Now Haliburton. This one for 3. The Knicks with the rebound. Towns has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Now here's McBride, defended by Haliburton. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Second team foul. Miles McBride at the line, 2 shots.
First one falls, and some changes here for New York. Josh Hart comes in for Achua, and Brunson is subbed in for Payne. A big group substitution here for Indiana. Turner, he's checked in for Toppin. Pascal Siakam comes in for Walker. Neesmith, he's checked in for Mathurin, and it's Nembhard in for McConnell. It's both from the stripe. And Haliburton has got the ball here for the Pacers. 9-point game. And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. He's checked in for McBride. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Rick Carlisle as he talked with the team. And Coach challenged the team, asking them to bring the fight inside, telling them to play with pride, telling the team, you're getting bullied near the hoop. Let's see if it works, guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. Turner, no good. Knicks leading by 9. Outside Hart, pass to Brunson. Brunson gets it to go.
And man, you gotta appreciate how efficient Brunson is. I mean, he takes and makes high percentage shots.
Here's Haliburton. Cash. He's 9 for 14 in the game.
Look at what he's doing here, and it's hard to imagine him playing much better.
Well, that might be fair, but I wouldn't want to take away from what he did in that last game. I mean, let's just say it's a pretty nice run he's on, no matter how you decide to frame it up.
Here's Brunson. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. And the Knicks lead by 11.
And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand. You can't say enough about his individual performance. I don't think you can overstate it. I mean, even if the all-around team effort's been lacking, this guy's been on top of things.
Here's Brunson. And it's Brunson again missing. Pacers trail by 9. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Bridges. Brunson finds Bridges. Outside Hart. And there's Brunson. That one's good. On the assist from Hart.
And they got to be happy with how they are starting off these conference finals. A tone-setting win for the Knicks.
They had excellent production from the bench.
This team has strong depth, and in this game, it showed.
And so they start the conference finals off on the right foot with an important win.
They wanted to set the tone for the rest of the series here tonight, and mission accomplished. They get to move forward with all the momentum on their side.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Jalen Brunson.
It's hard to think of a part of the game where he didn't play a major role. Mentally, physically. I mean, he showed us what he's capable of when he's feeling his best.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. They set a pick. For 3, Bridges. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Tyrese Haliburton.
So New York takes this one by a big margin. And it always takes a lot of pressure off a team when they get the win in game 1.
It's the most important game of the series. They've shown they know how to beat this team. The formula's in place. Now they just have to stick with it for the next few games.
And so this one is in the books. We hope you've enjoyed being with us for the Eastern Conference Finals. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Jalen Brunson.
Take a look at the Knicks. Fresh and rested after sweeping their last series in the conference semifinals. Greg, can they continue with that momentum?
Well, Kevin, every series is different, and the time off could affect their rhythm or create rust. But the expectation is that they'll pretty swiftly pick up where they left off.
Haliburton with the bucket.
Tyrese Haliburton has an array of moves offensively. Off the deck, yes, sir.
Inside, here's Towns, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
Haliburton passes to Turner. Nemhard with it. It's to Haliburton. To Nemhard. Pocket 4. Over Bridges. A shot by Nemhard, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And when you think back to that Sabonis-Haliburton trade, Doris, it really worked out for both teams.
It's rare, Kevin, that you can talk about a, quote, win-win for both sides. Most trades are a little bit harder to evaluate because they involve more moving pieces. This was a straight-up one-to-one swap of young stars and positional fits for each side.
Now, here's Hart. Following the miss by Pascal Siakam. Here's Brunson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Tyrese Haliburton.
This guy is so cagey. Jalen Brunson gets that defender off their feet with the pump fake. So good.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And Doris, what a breakout for the guard Jalen Brunson these last couple seasons.
Kevin, I think what's taken a lot of us by surprise is how capable he is in being the center point of an entire offense. And not only as a scorer for himself, but involving all the guys around him. Truly an incredible transformation.
And both free throws good for Brunson. And one thing among many, Doors, that's so impressive about Jalen Brunson, the way he goes to work in the paint. Wow.
Kevin, at his size, you have got to be crafty. You've got to have great footwork and great patience. You've got to be willing to work in a crowd. What he does is really impressive.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I did have a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. Now, in talking about Tyrese Haliburton, I wanted to know about the strategy for him out there. Coach said Haliburton is so quick and such a deft ball handler, I think it just comes down to keeping up with him, matching his pace, not letting him get one step ahead. So, that's the game plan. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Now, Achua, following the three-point attempt by Tyrese Haliburton.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Now, here's Neesmith, defended by Hart. Brunson against Haliburton. A 3-ball. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Bridges passes to Brunson. Rejected by Haliburton.
Oh, my goodness. Tyrese Haliburton twice on the pipe. Send him back defensively.
To the inside. Knocked loose and stolen by Achua. Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
And I'll tell you, this is the last thing you want to see.
I just feel so bad for him. What he's going through right now, you just have to hope and pray that it's not too serious.
Miles McBride's checked in for the Knicks. Payne comes in for Jalen Brunson. Benedict Catherine, he's checked in for Haliburton. The Knicks with the lead. A minute 20 left to play in the first quarter. Down low, he's against Turner, and the foul on Miles Turner. That is his first foul of the game.
It's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Toppin, he's checked in for Turner. Shepard comes in for Aaron Neesmith. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Andrew Nembhard. Now, here's Hart with the drive. 6 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. Here's Payne. Those three-pointers off the mark. Indiana's gone 0 of 2 from deep. Bounce pass, Matherin. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Bridges, he's checked in for Hart. Here's McBride. Towns sets the pick for Bridges. Outside, Towns. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Towns has got 5 points so far.
Boy, what a pleasure to have a big man who can shoot the basketball like Towns. That's a pretty three.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Siakam. No good, unable to end this run. The Knicks leading by 5. Pass to Towns. There's a screen by Achua. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 6 seconds left in the first. Takes a step back. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the New York Knicks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And we'll be back with you shortly. And we're ready to get back into the action here in game 1. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Now for an update on Jalen Brunson's injury, let's go to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, I was able to catch up with the Knicks head athletic trainer. I'm told that he has a sprained finger, and right now they've got ice on it to try and help with the swelling. He's definitely out for this game, and they said there's a chance it could miss a few more games as well. We obviously hope it's fewer games, Kevin.
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
There's no question, because even if you know what's wrong, individuals have different healing times. The time frames can be totally different for similar injuries.
Now here's Payne, following the miss by Tyrese Haliburton. And there's Bridges on the assist from Payne. Bridges has got the lead up to 12 now for the Knicks. Well, Greg, the Knicks have certainly brought hope back to the city of New York.
And it's been fun to watch. The fans are rallying behind this team, and it's not just because they're winning, it's the way they're winning. They play with heart and hustle.
Payne with it, and it's Toppin picking him up. And the foul called on Cameron Payne. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Anunoby, he's checked in for Payne. Turner's checked in for the Pacers. Andrew Nembhard comes in for... That's good from Haliburton. And Tyrese Haliburton, one of the best offensive players in the league, Doris. He is so fun to watch.
Kev, this young man is special, and not only because of the flair and the skill as a passer, the shot-making ability. To me, it's the joy he brings to the game and how that joy lifts his teammates around him.
Well, certainly with one of the more unique shots in the NBA, Haliburton gets it done.
You know, Kevin, credit to Haliburton and the organizations he's played for, because a lot of them would have changed or tried to rebuild their shot. Haliburton and his organizations knew the shot worked, and he stuck with it, and now he's one of the best shooters at his position.
The first one falls. So, Doris, here's a question for you. Should the NBA widen the court? Because the corner three now is such a staple in these offenses.
That's exactly right. One of the most coveted, Kevin, because the proximity of the shot is so desirable. Here's what we know unequivocally. There's no way they're going to widen the court because it would take out some of the money-making courtside seats. That's not happening.
Haliburton hits them both. Doris, the way this Knicks roster was put together, they have a great level of physicality.
Kevin, if you think about it, the way the rules are starting to trend back toward that level of physicality, they've got an opportunity to be successful. They also have a big-time star in Jalen Brunson, so there's a lot to like about the future.
It's Nembhard on the wing, defended by Bridges. Now Haliburton. He's got 9. Just 5 to shoot. Launches a 3. That's good, and that evens things out for him. 50-50. 4 of 8 shooting this game.
Yeah, just one of those nights for Tyrese Haliburton. He's kept his foot on the accelerator, and he's putting it to the defense.
Now, here's Bridges. Robinson kicks to Anunoby. In the corner, it's Bridges. Shoots over Nembhard. On target from 13 feet. Bridges has got 5 points in the quarter.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Pacers.
Outside Turner fires the 3. It's rebounded by Anunoby. The Knicks leading by 4. Pass to Towns. Robinson with it. Turner covering. Bridges passes to Towns. Back to Bridges. The Pacers pull it in. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game. Here's Haliburton. That shot misses. Bridges with some nice defense. Here's Anunoby. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. And the Knicks lead by 6.
I'll tell you, it's 6'8" with elite athleticism. Good luck checking OG Anunoby on the interior.
Haliburton for 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Haliburton's got 15. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. New York ahead, up 3. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Welcome, everybody, to our Game 1 coverage. It's a tight one indeed for the Indiana Pacers.
Guys taking shots for him, trying to do too much all at once. I think it's jamming up their flow.
Yeah, everyone has to have a role on the offensive end. Share the ball and trust your teammates.
And looking at where the Knicks stand, and that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And here we go. Getting back to the action here in the Eastern Conference Finals. Tyrese Haliburton has been sensational.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And so it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for New York. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. On the Pacers' doors last season, trading for Pascal Siakam to complement this hungry team.
And Kevin, it's important in a couple of ways. First of all, he's a 2-time All-Star who's got a championship pedigree. The other part of this is Indiana is an equal opportunity offense, so they want to share the basketball. But Pascal brings individual playmaking and shot making. Sometimes that's a must-have in this league.
Now, Siakam. After the missed 3 from Karl Anthony Towns. Hard against Siakam. Hart kicks to Payne. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Towns. What's it 5 from 18? That's good from Bridges on the assist by Towns.
Sometimes the mid-range is your best opportunity. Bridges more than willing to make that shot work.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Miles McBride's checked in for the Knicks.
Number 2, Miles McBride.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Nembhard, the pass to Haliburton. And here is Siakam. No good from outside. We know, Doris, that Towns might already be one of the best shooting bigs ever.
But Kevin, he flat stated and called himself the best shooting big of all time. He has an argument because not only has he shot the ball incredibly well from deep, even as his volume has gone up, his efficiency stays the same. This is a gifted offensive post player. Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
McBride passes to Hart. Haliburton against Anunoby. Can't get it to fall.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Pacers trail by 5. Pass to Nembhard. And here's Haliburton. He's got 15. Here's the 3. Indiana again missing.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Now Hart. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Down low. It's deflected and stolen by Siakam. 1:22 left in the third. Haliburton up top, defended by McBride. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Haliburton, that's good.
We call that tough points from a tough guy, young Tyrese Haliburton.
Here's McBride. He's covered by Haliburton. Anunoby outside. Pass to Hart. This one for 3. Nembhard grabs the ball. Pacers trail by 3. Now, here's Haliburton. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to go on Josh Hart.
That's just a savvy move to draw the foul. And despite that young age, Haliburton like a seasoned veteran right there.
Shoot 2.
No good on that. And a fun run by the Knicks in the playoffs. But Doris, horrible injury luck ended their season.
Kevin, borderline absurd bad luck for injuries. You think about it, Julius Randle goes down in the regular season. And then in the playoffs alone, Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, and Bojan Bogdanovic all miss significant time. And who can forget Jalen Brunson getting hurt in that Game 7? Almost unreal bad luck. A superb scorer and a talented distributor, Tyrese Haliburton is exactly the type of point guard every team would love to have.
And stolen by Siakam.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
Here's Mathurin. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Here's Bridges, and the layup's good off the glass. Bridges has got 4 points this quarter, and we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Knicks lead by 2. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And how about a look now at our assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter, what is still anybody's ball game. And so it's Haliburton who brings up the ball for the Pacers. A 2-point game. Driving to the basket. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, the speed on Haliburton made the difference there. The defense's only option was to foul him.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
They've also made a concerted effort to get the ball down low. Many of their points coming in that painted area tonight.
And New York making a change here. McBride's checked in. Haliburton hits them both.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Payne in the post. He's covered by McConnell. Payne can't hit. And Indiana shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. McConnell passes to Toppin. And Walker kicks to McConnell to take the lead, and the rejection by Towns.
Outstanding anticipation from Cat right there. He sends that thing back to another zip code.
Anunoby, no good. Anunoby's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. There's the lob to the hoop. Picked off in midair. And pushing it up. Here's New York. Here's Payne. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Anunoby has the open look. Count it, good. Towns has got it all tied up now for the Knicks.
Don't you love how Towns' hands are always ready to receive the pass? Terrific job on the pick and roll.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He knows every possession is critical now.
See yourself on the screen. You show off your best move. Let's go.
For the Knicks, Achua. And it's Bridges in for Cameron Payne. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Toppin. Pascal Siakam comes in for Walker. Aaron Nesmith has checked in for Benedict Mathurin. And Andrew Nemhard's subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. Now, he emphasized it's anybody's game right now. He told his guys to focus on finishing the task at hand and not to get distracted. He wants them to go out there and play with authority. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Now, here's Nesmith. After Mikal Bridges missing his last shot. Turner against Anunoby. Turner inside. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaps like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And the replay demonstrating once again how aggressive that defense was.
Well, they didn't make it this far by giving up easy ones, and now their defense is in overdrive.
Turner against Towns. Pass to Anunoby. Towns against Turner. Towns down low. Good work defensively by Turner. Indiana leading. Haliburton outside. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Offensive rebound. Turner for three. A three-pointer is right on target. Turner's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's McBride. Pass to Towns. And he comes up with the deuce. Towns has got 4 points in the quarter.
How about the calm demeanor of Towns? Well made for pressure situations.
Turner with the screen for Haliburton. Money!
Fearless move by Tyrese Haliburton. The game is complete and the mind is ready.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Here's Anunoby. Towns trying to get open, and he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
.40 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. In the corner, it's Nesmith. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
McBride with the ball. He's covered by Haliburton. McBride passes to Hart. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so it's Haliburton who brings up the ball for Indiana. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. So it's Indiana picking up the win. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum so critical. And you know they'll want to ride this wave into game 2.
And so this one is in the books. We hope you've enjoyed being with us for the Eastern Conference Finals. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Tyrese Haliburton.
You take a look at the Knicks. They start the conference finals on their home court. But I don't think anybody thinks this series is a foregone conclusion.
No, not by a long shot. Home court is huge, especially in an atmosphere like this. But they'll have a battle on their hands. Tonight's game is crucial. As the higher seed, you have to grab the momentum early in this series.
Now here's Brunson. 6 to shoot. And he buries his first look.
And those are 2 points earned by Jalen Brunson.
Haliburton against Brunson. Pass to Nembhard. Outside Neesmith. Siakam outside. Now Nembhard. Siakam with it. Hard covering. And that'll be Indiana's ball as it goes out of bounds. Pacers able to keep the possession. And Allie LaForce spoke with Tom Thibodeau. Allie.
I asked Coach what his plan was for trying to slow down Pascal Siakam, and he said to make him into a jump shooter. He does the most damage around the rim, so we want to force him out on the perimeter whenever possible. It's not an easy task by any means. We'll see if they're able to do this. Back to you guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Pass to Brunson. It's Bridges on the wing. Towns on a screen. To the wing on the left. And that one's on target from the wing.
And that's what makes Towns so dangerous offensively. He's a threat even when he's playing off the ball.
When the Knicks are having a good season, it is amazing how excited their fans get.
Well, it's been generations, BA, that have been salivating for this franchise to get back to its winning ways. The last championship came in 1973, so as a fan, you can't help but get fired up when there's a chance at a title run.
Bridges passes to Towns, and there's a 3-second violation. Achua's checked in for Anunoby. For Indiana, they've gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Haliburton outside. A minute 53 left in the first quarter of the game. And here's Siakam for 3, and the three-pointer goes.
And just so accurate off the pass. I mean, I love whenever Siakam decides to go right up with it like that.
Outside Achua. Back to Brunson. And Turner with the block. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Nembhard pass to Nesmith. Siakam for three. And it's New York with a rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Brunson with it. He's picked up by Nembhard. Back to Bridges. Jacks up a three. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson.
Bridges finding his spot, and his team finds him with the ball. Good mechanics there, too.
Pacers trail by 4. And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. For the Knicks, McBride, he's checked in for Hart, and Payne is subbed in for Brunson. A big group substitution here for Indiana. Toppin, he's checked in for Turner. Benedict Mathurin comes in for Nesmith. Shepard, he's checked in for Nembhard. And it's McConnell in for Tyrese Haliburton. Now here's Siakam. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Siakam's got 5 now.
Yeah, sometimes I think the 6'9" length of Siakam surprises opponents. He's able to go through or over contact.
Achua against Toppin. Here's Payne. Pascal Siakam with a rebound.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Toppin.
And for a big guy, Obi is quick off the floor.
12 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Towns. Takes the three. It's a tie game in New York. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. And time for us to get back into it here in game 1. All right, before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Knicks?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Indiana on offense. Haliburton surveys the floor. The finish inside from Haliburton. Grant, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
Bridges down low. He's covered by Mathurin. Bridges passes to Achua. 5 to shoot. Here's McBride. And Toppin pulls it down.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Nice shot by Walker.
No hesitation. Nice work by Walker, not overthinking it.
Payne against McConnell. 4-3. The shot by Payne, no good. Pacers leading by 5. Here's Haliburton. Oh, the a sweet touch inside by Haliburton.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts. Chance at a three-point opportunity here. One free throw coming up. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, it's just great selfless basketball.
Well, I want to add also the damage that has been done on the inside. It's a lot of rubble in there, but they're continuing to go right at the defense.
Haliburton has got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. 4-point game. Nembhard outside. And he converts the layup.
A guard who can do it all. Haliburton is solid at feeding the rock to his guys.
For New York, they've gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Outside McBride. Towns down low. He's against Turner. Towns finds Anunoby. Outside McBride. Shot clock at 5. Towns outside. Lets the three fly. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Oh, the big man is smooth from range. Have to put a man on Towns, that's for sure.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
And one thing I've learned through the years is no matter the situation, there are always adjustments you can make.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your move.
And some changes here for New York. Mitchell Robinson comes in for Achua. And Brunson is subbed in for Mikal Bridges. Siakam, he's checked in for Indiana. Neesmith comes in for Mathurin. .151 left in the first half. Haliburton with the ball. Turner, a screen on Brunson. Here's Haliburton. And a jumper from the wing offline. Knicks trail by 3. Left side Brunson. Pass to Towns. Right side Anunoby. Now here's McBride. He's guarded by Nembhard. Here's Towns. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Brunson. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
And mixing it up down low. Brunson, not the tallest guy on the floor, but he can finish around the basket.
Haliburton, the pass to Nembhard. And here's Turner from the arc. And it's New York with a rebound. They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Pass to Anunoby.
Banging his way through. Jalen Brunson.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Nembhard outside. Haliburton against Brunson. Now here's Turner, guarded closely. Now here's Neesmith. Back to Turner.
And then Turner with the dunk.
Okay, Miles. Getting aggressive and jamming it in.
For New York, they've gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Brunson against Haliburton. Now Brunson. He's got 6. Robinson, a screen on Haliburton. Here's Brunson outside. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. The Pacers out in front, leading by 1. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Greetings, one and all. The postseason drama we love, and no disappointment here as it's a close game so far for the Indiana Pacers.
Playoff atmosphere, hostile environment, man. They're handling the pressure, putting themselves in a good spot.
And looking at where the Knicks stand in this series, the conference finals. Big fella, do you expect these teams to pull out all the stops?
That would be correct, Armando Arnie. That's right. No minute restrictions. Let the stars shine tonight.
You have to leave it all out there. Even if you're banged up, find a way to get it done.
The competition level on the rise. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And we're back with more action from the Eastern Conference Finals on 2K Sports. You look at Jalen Brunson. What a contribution.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Indiana leading. Nimhard outside. Haliburton against Brunson. Outside Neesmith. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two. It's going to be on OG Anunoby. First trip to the line for him here.
Aaron Neesmith at the line. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And so he makes both from the line.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Siakam against Hart. Shot clock at 5. He takes it in. Siakam with the defensive effort.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
And one thing that Siakam has always had a knack for, Grant, cutting to the rim and finishing plays.
Yeah, he plays so well when he has space to move. He's just great off the ball, and that fits with any team. His ability to convert at the rim makes his cuts that much better.
And Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Grant.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average.
And he knocks down the first one. Bridges hits them both. Second half getting started. About a minute played. Siakam outside. Outside Neesmith from the arc. Buries it from 3. Neesmith's got 5 now.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Right at the free throw line. Siakam pulls down the board. Pacers leading by 4. Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Here's Turner. And then Turner with the dunk.
defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Here's Towns. Count it, and the foul. And they'll give that one to Miles Turner.
And yeah, this is what you like to see from Towns, using his size and strength to make things happen.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Mathurin's checked in for Indiana.
Team foul. Carl Anthony Towns at the line. One shot.
That one misses for Towns.
And at nearly 7 feet tall, you don't expect Towns to do some of the things he does, like drain threes and make savvy passes. But he's a modern big man.
Back to Siakam. Pass to Turner. Launches it. The Knicks with the rebound. Hard with it. Siakam covering. Bridges passes to Towns. The rebound by Turner.
Well, you can tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
Siakam finds Haliburton. Outside Mathurin. Turner, a screen on Hart. Pass to Turner. Haliburton outside. Clock at 6. Over Anunoby. Haliburton misses. And so it's Hart with it. He brings it up for New York. Trailing by 4. 1:05 left in the third quarter here. Brunson surveys. Yes! Great focus to hit from Brunson.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
With Brunson being undersized, he has such a great feel for how to create space, Brent.
Incredible footwork, BA, the way he puts the needle on the record and just scratches it, pivots around, and makes defenders jump and move. Amazing manipulation skills at the point guard position for a guy his size to get it done in the painted area.
And some changes here for New York. Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for Towns. Achua comes in for Hart, and it's McBride in for Anunoby. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Siakam. Count the basket and the foul! It's going to go on Mitchell Robinson.
A gritty play by Siakam. Absorbs the foul and still gets his shot to go.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
Find the lane. Find the lane. One shot.
That's good from Siakam. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Brunson against McConnell. Missed inside. Indiana leading by 5. And here's Shepherd for 3. It's good. And give the assist to Siakam. Shepherd's got his first 3 points of the game.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
McConnell against Brunson. Outside McBride. Achua with a screen. To the inside. Achua with the dunk.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized forward who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
With 1 on the clock. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Indiana Pacers leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. More 2K action in just a moment.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Now, the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Pass to Towns. Here's McBride. Sinks it from distance.
Yeah, and for Towns, great awareness at the offensive end.
Indiana leading by 3. Here's Mathurin. Toppin outside. Toppin, a screen on Anunoby. Three-pointer Mathurin. Towns with a rebound. Towns has got his 4th rebound in this one. To the paint. Here's Achua. Shoots over Mathurin. Mathurin with a rebound. Indiana has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. And he lobs it up top. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized. Defense pays. Payne, the pass to Towns. Back to Payne. To the inside. Here's Achua. Achua with the dunk.
Payne just opening things up for this offense by moving the ball.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point.
Some changes here for New York. Hart's checked in for Achua. Mikal Bridges comes in for McBride. And Brunson is subbed in for Payne. So Indiana going with an almost entire new group here. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Toppin. Siakam comes in for Walker. Neesmith, he's checked in for Mathurin. And it's Nembhard in for McConnell. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He loves their effort tonight. He said, quote, "This is how we wanted to come into this, looking to push the action, dictating the tempo. We are where we need to be to even things up." Of course, he's talking about the season series. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Towns on a screen. Three-pointer, Bridges hits the three-pointer. And it's all knotted up.
You expect he's going to find a way to pull through in the clutch.
Haliburton against Brunson. Turner, screen on Brunson. Haliburton for 3. And Anunoby pulls it down. The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense.
With Bridges attached with that kind of force, it's really hard to not foul him.
First team foul. Mikal Bridges at the line, 2 shots.
And that one falls. That puts him up 1 point in the game now. Bridges hits them both.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
Haliburton, it's good. And give the assist to Siakam. Siakam's got his 3rd assist of the night.
And Haliburton looks absolutely unfazed by the moment.
Haliburton against Brunson. Brunson driving. Good on the shot.
Oh, huge moment from JB. Brunson knocking it down.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for New York.
The fearlessness they've shown going strong inside has been impressive. The defense hasn't been very effective against them.
And another part of what they've done tonight is to get a lot of work done in the mid-range. And that's a shot that a lot of teams are willing to let you take. Well, they've knocked them down.
That free throw good from Brunson.
Those and-one plays can be real backbreakers in a close game.
Haliburton against Brunson. Haliburton misses.
He has to make those shots, guys. If not, a lot of pressure is shifted to the perimeter shooters to hit everything.
It's not easy to finish in traffic, but those are chances he has to convert.
Siakam pass to Haliburton. For 3. He got it. Haliburton nails the 3.
Boy, Haliburton consistent with that shot.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Here's Brunson. Oh, and Turner with a block. Siakam pass to Haliburton. Nembhard outside. No good from outside.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Haliburton against Brunson. New York again can't hit. There's 45 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Wow. That takes steady nerves right there.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Hart passes to Brunson. Towns a screen on Haliburton. And it's Brunson missing. And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the hitting move right now.
Pass to Neesmith. Kicks it out to Siakam. Three-pointer. Another 3 for Indiana.
They've been battling all night. Now they're on the brink of putting this game away.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Now a timeout called by New York. They're down by 6.
Turning here to our analyst, what elements become the primary keys at this point?
The game's not quite done yet, but they need points right away.
Yeah, act fast, but without mistakes.
Here's Brunson, and he sinks it. And now they trail by just 4.
This is when you need a defensive presence, but it's just not happening.
Yeah, I'm looking out there trying to find one guy at least interested in playing defense, not that last possession.
Here's Indiana, and now we've got an intentional foul.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
He drops the first one, and that puts him up 5.
I mean, he can do it all. Shoot, facilitate. Great skills for the young Haliburton.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop. And here's Brunson from the arc. Pacers with a rebound. And an intentional foul right there.
Josh Hart. First personal foul, 13. Pascal Siakam at the line. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that increases the lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game. So Indiana wins it. And it always takes a lot of pressure off a team when they get the win in Game 1.
It's the most important game of the series. They've shown they know how to beat this team. The formula's in place. Now they just have to stick with it for the next few games.
And so this one is in the books. We hope you've enjoyed being with us for the Eastern Conference Finals. So alongside Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, and our entire 2K crew, I'm Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
take a look at the Knicks. Like the higher seed, they start this series on their home court, but they cannot be overconfident.
No, the stage is set, my friend, and really it's going to all come down to how you perform between those lines.
So how do you keep the governor on overconfidence?
You got to focus on the task, and I was always taught to respect your opponent and understand that if they play their best, it's going to be a challenge for you. Don't allow them to get that kind of confidence.
Now, Hart, following the three-point attempt by Miles Turner, Brunson the pass to Anunoby. Hart kicks to Bridges, pass to Towns. Over Siakam, and Towns the bucket on the assist by Bridges. Towns has got the first basket of the game for New York. In court, the debate around Karl Anthony Towns. Is he the greatest shooting big of all time?
Well, look, if you just want to go numbers, it's an emphatic yes. No 7-foot has ever shot it like that. Around 40% from three over his career. It's not just a 1 or 2 season deal. That's a multi-year career. So I say yes.
They grabbed their own miss. Brunson, and it's sent back by Turner.
What timing from Turner. I mean, that's a big part of blocking shots. Reading the shooter and then timing it perfectly to send that shot in reverse.
Always good to get another look at a terrific defensive play.
And this is postseason play at its finest, refusing to give up shots here in the playoffs.
Now here's Brunson. Lock at 6. Hart with the screen for Bridges. Tries it again.
Well, you look at Turner's body. He's got a wily, muscular frame that he makes good use of. I mean, his defense and the way he contests shots is remarkable.
Hart against Siakam. Here's Haliburton. It's rebounded by Brunson.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Brunson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And Brunson recognizes how to execute inside. The D must be more physical with it.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, I did have a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. I asked him about the challenge of facing Miles Turner, and he said this guy is a problem for our offense. Miles is an incredible shot blocker. You have to know where he is on the floor at all times. Now, we don't normally hear a coach talk about somebody's defense first, but Turner is that guy.
Thanks, David.
The 7-footer Towns using his size to perfection down low.
These Indiana Pacers play at one of the quickest paces of any team in the NBA.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's quite fitting considering the nickname, Indiana Pacers. And they do set the pace. They love to push that rock, and they do it relentlessly. Catching you before your defense can get set. It's a beautiful way to play. Tell you what, though, you got to be in great shape to make it work.
Now, here's Siakam. After Mikal Bridges missing his last shot, Nembhard's shot is good.
And the all-around game of Siakam, so adept at working the ball to open guys.
Pass to Bridges. Anunoby outside. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Towns. Does not find the mark. He's made 2 and missed 1 now. Pacers trail by 3 to the right side. Siakam outside. 27 seconds left to play in the first. Turner finds Nembhard. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Nembhard's got 5 points so far.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that. And that's an owner's manual possession to get them a good look there.
Haliburton for 3, and Indiana another 3.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
It's a tie game in New York, and we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And we're ready to get back into the action here in game one. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. And when you consider how the Knicks are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
Shoots a fader. The Knicks pull it in.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Bridges outside. Gets that one to fall after missing his first two. 1 for 3 from the field.
Nimble inside play by Bridges, working his way to a close-range shot.
Haliburton passes to Mathurin. Walker a screen. Inside. Pass to McConnell. Tapping a screen on Bridges. And the call will go against Benedict Mathurin. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Anunoby, he's checked in for Cameron Payne. And stolen by McConnell. We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Outside, Walker. On the wing, Mathurin. Pass to McConnell. 6 on the shot clock. Takes the 3. And the Pacers can't get it to go. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the New York Knicks. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Here's Robinson. That one's in, his first shot this game. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Let's go.
Towns checked in for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Miles McBride. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Toppin. Pascal Siakam comes in for Walker. Neesmith, he's checked in for Benedict Mathurin. And Andrew Nembhard's subbed in for TJ McConnell. It's Turner, high post. Outside for Haliburton. Turner with the screen for Haliburton. Fires the three. Good on the three-point shot. Haliburton's got 6.
Haliburton showing you a lot of confidence in his three-point stroke. That's something he's worked on.
Tyrese Haliburton is flat-out special, Clark. Yeah, you say it all the time. He is an absolute machine on offense.
He really is an orchestrator, a maestro of platinum-level capability. His turnover numbers, outstanding. He's a guy that flirts with the 50, 40, 90 shooting splits and is going to lead the league in assists, I think, the better part of his career going forward. That's how good he is.
Now, here's Neesmith. Jalen Brunson missing his last shot. Haliburton deciding where to go with it. Shot clock at 6. Buries it down low. Haliburton's got the lead up to 1 now for the Pacers.
That shot by Haliburton, not easy. Taking the hit and still finishing the play.
Brunson against Haliburton. Bridges a screen on Haliburton. Haliburton against Brunson. Outside, Towns. Misses the three.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Haliburton against Brunson. Unloads from 13. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
That's one of the things his coaches have encouraged him to do. Look for the mid-range jumper, Tyrese. Way to knock it down.
Brunson against Haliburton. Here's Brunson. It's a halt the run. Oh, muscling it in. Brunson.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pacers out in front. They lead by 1. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the 3rd quarter.
Greetings, one and all. The postseason drama we love, and no disappointment here as it's a close game so far for the Indiana Pacers.
Playoff atmosphere. Hostile environment, man. They're handling the pressure, putting themselves in a good spot to win.
Hard to focus with thousands of fans screaming at you. They've stayed in it. They've stayed confident. And looking at where the Knicks stand in this series, the conference finals. Big fella, do you expect these teams to pull out all the stops?
That would be correct, Armando Arnie. That's right. No minute restrictions. Let the stars shine tonight.
You have to leave it all out there. Even if you're banged up, find a way to get it done.
The competition level on the rise. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back to playoff basketball on 2K Sports. This is the Eastern Conference Finals. Tyrese Haliburton with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
Indiana leading. Pass to Neesmith. Anunoby outside. Bridges outside. Hits it from 3-point range. Bridges has got the first field goal of the second half for New York.
No hesitation from Bridges. He gets the ball and is primed to take that shot.
Here's Anunoby. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Knicks lead by 4.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
It's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else.
Now, here's Siakam. Scoreless thus far. Off target from outside. New York leading by 4. To the paint. Here's Hart. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Siakam. Haliburton outside. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Haliburton's future is bright, and that's got so many folks excited because he can really play and fill it up.
Pass to Anunoby. Brunson outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Tyrese Haliburton.
Oh, staying strong inside. Brunson going right into the coverage to get the call.
GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Brunson. Pacers trail by 4. And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
Here comes the Knicks City answers, everyone. Get loud for them.
Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Indiana.